frozen stiff. This is not good running into permafrost here in the cut that we want to be sluicing. The only thing we can do is send the hay to Big Red, and hopefully it thaws before Big Red runs out of pig.
Hey, Len.
Yeah?
Got a super steamer.
Okay.
Just shoved the whole pipe through.
Yeah, that works.
Tony Beets is desperate to start sluicing, but he needs water, and the pipe to the pump is blocked with ice.
But it looks like to be thawed, so that's gonna save our ass a little bit.
Veteran miner Len Hoekstra has spent a day clearing ice from the top half of the pipe closest to the pump.
So, have a look over there, see what's happening. Guys, stick that in down there. See how far you can go. You got ice there, huh?
Looks like it.
When testing the lower end of the pipe through an access vent, Tony comes up against more ice. It could take Len another 12 hours to steam the bottom of the pipe out. This downtime will cost Tony $36,000 in wages, fuel, and gold he can't yet mine.
We'll make it all work somehow. Well, once we get the water to go through it by itself, then that will cut the last of the ice out. All we need is a little hole to get started, and then bingo, we would be in business. Mike D. Copy, Michael Beets D. Copy. Can you come to the pump?
Okay, I'll be at the pump there.
Okay.
Tony's plan? Open a channel to the river and fill the pond. 15 feet more water will increase the pressure on the ice in the pipe by 7 pounds per square inch, which should be enough to force out the frozen blockage.
Okay, Mike, go around, open it up. Okay. If that works, we're in business.
We have a bunch of pay ready. So the last thing before we can get sluicing is to make our pump get going.
The Beets family races to get on the gold. To send water to the wash plant, they need their frozen pipes clear of ice.
Oh, there she goes, bingo.
Yeah. We have water. As you can see, we got a full pipe of water, meaning all the ice has been blown the out. How's that look? Beautiful.
So we're all ready to fire up?
Yeah, everything up top should be good to go.
Makes my wife happy, get the wash plant going. The girl is a lot easier to handle when I bring in money instead of taking it all out.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, boom.
Perfect, running.
A day behind schedule, the water pump is up and running. So Tony is finally ready to get his 30-year-old trommel turning.
Overall, so far, it looks pretty good, I think. Let's make some money. Okay, fire it up.
Good for Tony.
Okay, open it up, Cody. Water. Mike, sluice box, everything going? Okay, feeder, Mike, fire the feeder. Hey, Mike, feed up. You got it already? Hey, Ruby, throw a bucket full in there.
After 2 weeks mining, Tony's finally running the Cold Cuts gold-rich White Channel pay, the first step on the long road to his 5,000-ounce gold.
Well, it's always good to get back up and going. I mean, after all this stripping and spending money, it's nice if you got sluicing and get some of your money back, right?
Come on, dude, don't do this. Dozer, pick it up. Everybody's waiting. Get it. Get the toy. Get your toy. Get in. All right, let's go.
27-year-old mine boss Parker Schnabel is facing the toughest season of his life. In the Klondike, he's chasing a 10,000-ounce, $18 million payday that comes with an expiration date.
Because our license is expiring, we have a very real deadline here where this all has to be done. We got started sluicing early, and that's super important this year. Like, it's a big year of sluicing, more than ever before. The big push right now is keep plants running and the stripping crew stay out ahead of them.
Parker needs the Klondike to start paying out big right away. In just a few short weeks, he plans to open another claim in Alaska, a move that'll stretch him to the limit, but could deliver a massive payday.
Every year we're pushing it, but this year there's no wiggle room in it, so we can't afford anything that keeps us down for too long.
Parker's original 45 acres of ground on the airstrip has doubled to 90 since his deal with Tony Beets. The first section to be mined is the 14-acre Keyhole Cut, where Parker's crew are already down to pay and sluicing the gold-rich material through Big Red at 200 yards an hour.
Let's get some gold. You know, we've been making really good progress. We're at the Keyhole Cut. Right now, while I'm loading trucks, Justin's up running the wash plant while Tyson's trying to send some pay dirt up to Big Red so we can keep it running.
Jerv, get in.
You know, we have a lot of ground to go through this year and really not that much time. You know, it's twice the amount of ground we mined last year, and right now we only have one wash plant running, and it's probably going to stay that way for quite some time. It's frozen stiff. This is not good running into permafrost here in the cut that we want to be sluicing. The only thing we can do is send the pay to Big Red, and hopefully it thaws before Big Red runs out of pay.
After one of the harshest winters on record, the Schnabel crew is battling permafrost in the pay layer.
Yeah, Big Red's, she's a hungry but the frozen pay dirt doesn't really mesh well with Big Red. They don't get along very well together. Oh, we might have a jam up in the feeder.
Frozen for thousands of years, the permafrost pay dirt is starting to jam up the hopper.
Looks all right for now. Just like that, feeder's cleared, back to sluicing.
I see some frozen chunks of pay up by the plant. It sounds like Justin and Tyson are having a real hard time with frozen material. It's just been a really cold spring, and that's, you know, it's bound to come with issues. Get out and stretch your legs.
In addition to slowing down the operation, frozen chunks of pay dirt running through the plant aren't melting, leaving gold trapped inside the tailings.
Hey man, I was just coming to talk to you about this exact problem.
It's called permafrost for a reason, right? Because it's permanently frozen.
I mean, it would help us a lot if it was more than like 35 degrees for at least like 4 hours.
We need some warm weather. Trying to keep up with stripping and sluicing at the same time.
And that's the problem, is that we're using a lot of our manpower right now to just try to keep the plant fed. I really feel like we should shut the plant down and just focus on thaw and stripping.
But the thing is, with this much area, if we shut the plant down, I don't know if we'll be able to get through it all by the end of the year.
But we're just gonna fight it all season if we don't put our foot on the brakes with the sluicing and focus on our stripping, you know? We're never gonna get to the point where we're just digging nice, clean, thawed pay. So let's go ahead and just shut it down. It's a gamble that we're just gonna have to take. We'll fire back up when the sun decides that it's summertime and make the best use of everybody that we free up.
Well, I'll go up there and shut it down now, and we'll just start working on getting everything taken care of down here.
All right, thanks,
All right.
Mitch.
Yep.
So it's not really something that I like to do. Our rule is always that, like, once we start sluicing, we are running 24/7. But given the price of fuel and where things are at, we're much better off shutting it down for a while.
Parker's gambling that shutting down Big Red will focus his crew on getting more ground stripped and exposed to the sun so that it can thaw.
We're really just hoping the weather warms up for us so we can get this ground thawing out, because right now, we're not making any money, we're just spending it.
Spring finally arrived. It's getting nice. One thing is for sure, if we're gonna reach our 5,000 ounce goal, we gotta keep the trommel rolling.
Chasing a record-setting season goal, Tony Beets is going all in on his Paradise Hill claim.
We're putting all our equipment, all our iron into Paradise. Since there's not gonna be any in the river, we're gonna give it there, get as much stripped and opened up as we possibly can.
To hit his target, Tony's opened 2 of the biggest and deepest cuts of his mining career. The blue cut and the cold cut.
We have 2 cuts ready to go. Out of those 2 cuts this year, we'd like to get at least 5,000 ounces. You gotta move double the dirt, but you should get double the gold.
In the cold cut, Ruby Mahoney sends gold-rich pay dirt to the plant.
You know, because we're moving so much dirt so quickly, it's kind of just all hands on deck right now, and we're all just trying to work together in the chaos.
While Ruby loads pay, 1,000 feet northwest in the blue cut, the rising temperatures are creating a mess for the king of the Klondike.
The blue cut, we started the blue cut, everything is a mess. No matter what you do, there is mud. With all the extra snow that we had this year, I mean, we had 6-7 feet of that. Now that is melting, everything is turning into a mud hole.
Oh, great. Looks like one of the new guys got stuck.
As the cut turns into a swamp, Megan struggles to keep the rock truck fleet running.
It's just too wet from when the snow melted last night. This has been a problem for us all morning.
With the 4th truck of the morning down, the problem escalates. Tony calls in his son Mike, who he's charged with running the cuts.
Well, what do you think? Mike, this no good. We can't have this.
You have a waterfall over there of water.
We got to make a plan because we can't keep having these trucks stuck all the time. We got all that snow melt coming out the hillsides. We don't want to have the same mess as last year.
Last season, the beets were plagued by the constant flooding on the hill.
Oh man, there's way too much water down here. You pay us so wet, you can't do nothing with it.
Now, Tony wants to go on the offensive.
I think what we ought to be doing is take one of them culverts, lay it in the lowest part of the cut. We'll drain the water out of the cut that way. What do you think?
Yeah. I would go through one stream instead of all over the place.
Well, make a mess, right?
Yeah.
So who the you want in there?
Well, we have James over there with the 750, so might as well get his ass over here to do it.
Okay, we'll call him in, get him in here.
James, do you copy? James, do you copy? Could you come over here with that 750? We need to dig a ditch.
Millions of gallons of meltwater are pouring into the blue cut. Tony's plan? Dig a 900-foot trench around the edge of the cut to catch the water. Then, install a 20-foot culvert, which will funnel the water caught by the ditch system out and away from the cut.
Right now we got the water coming down the hillside down there. We want that water to go all the way around so that it's out of our way for the rest of the summer.
Excavator operator James Rhino has been working for the beets since 2017.
Right now, I am digging out the mud in this ditch so we can lay a culvert in on solid ground so the water can keep flowing out of the cut.
Behind on gold and stretched in the cuts, Tony can't help but oversee the work, despite handing the reins over to Mike.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Push it a bit more. Take it easy. Hold it right there. Don't even touch it. Keep coming. That's not coming, that's going. Okay, James, take that hose and go play somewhere else with that thing. Like usual, you gotta do it yourself. I had to remove the operator, he seemed a little bit lost. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dig this corner out so we can divert the water.
In just 20 minutes, Tony has the culvert in place, funneling the water away from the cut. All he needs now is to cover the culvert in a layer of gravel to protect it from the rock trucks.
Dump that load right there where I dumped that bucket of gravel right now. Right against it, but not over top of it, against it. There, get that truck out of there. They dumped the load on that.
The rock truck has covered the end of the culvert with 20 tons of tailings. Tony must uncover the pipe without damaging it.
I managed to keep that open. See how the water is running out of the corner there?
With the pipe cleared, now all the beets can do is wait and see if their plan works.
Hopefully in that couple days we can square this all up and straighten this all out.
Come on, Jarf. It's time to move to our new home.
Shall I go ahead?
right, let's go trucking.
We're moving a 10 years worth of mining operation in record time.
We're moving our yard and our camp over to Dominion. We've spent $15 million for the ground. I have no landlord. I can do it however I want, and life's standing.
28-year-old Parker Schnabel is all in on the biggest gamble of his life. He bought one of the last historically gold-rich pieces of land left in the Yukon, Dominion Creek. And there's no turning back.
Dominion Gold is a lot of work for the next few years. It's a lot of ground. I feel a bit nervous because it's all been it all happened so fast.
We don't really know what's gonna happen. I think everyone's really concerned about that, and Parker's gotta have a lot of stress on him right now and a lot of work ahead of him.
This is getting pretty soft. Yeah.
Gonna need a push. Yeah, push, push. Yeah, it's going.
The potential payout for Parker's new claim is a staggering 80,000 ounces of gold, worth $160 million. But it's known for not giving up its treasure easily.
Dominion's a creek that's had a hell of a lot of mining on it, but it has killed everybody that's shown up here because they've always been in a huge rush to get gold out of the ground. It gets very expensive very fast.
The gold is buried 40 feet deep. To pull it from the ground, he'll need to spend millions on top of the $15 million he paid for the claim. And that's just the start. Parker's also got access to mine untapped virgin ground on Australia Creek.
The last 4 or 5 years, we've had really good financial security, but no ground security, and now we've got really good ground security and no financial security. And that's a little scary.
To crack the code at Dominion and land a big payday before going broke, Parker's in desperate need of a plan.
What's happening?
Hey, not a whole lot. How are you?
Oh, doing pretty good.
I know that we have a lot of things on the go. We have Australia Creek, we have Dominion now. I'm trying to figure out what the best way of dealing with all of this is. I don't know if Dean made much money throughout the years or not, honestly.
I mean, he just made 15 million bucks. So. There is that.
Yeah, best season yet was his shortest.
What's killed everybody is that they've been in a huge rush. This property has taken out a few people, and nobody's really come out of it very far ahead. You're looking at 40-foot deep ground.
Oh, wow.
And on Australia, some of the holes are 10 feet to bedrock, so we can afford to wait and strip that later. On Dominion, we're gonna have a lot of work done before we're washing any rocks and making any money. So I think we should shift gears, press pause on all our other projects. This is Dean's pit as of when we took over. So I think that just step one is to pick up where Dean left off and just get those cuts down to gravel or something that will start thawing, right?
Yeah. Do you have a rough idea of how much you need to pull out or would like to pull out of the ground to kind of keep things floating?
To not be totally screwed, we need to do 5,000 ounces this season. And so where that comes from, I don't really know.
All right, well, what's the game plan for the week then?
If we can get 200,000 square feet in a week, then we'd be really good. If you start thinking about all of it, that's an overwhelming amount of work.
Just put on those horse blinders.
Yep.
All right, thanks guys.
All right, yep,
Thanks,
later.
man.
Let's go do it.
Yeah.
You know, we got a game plan now, but 5,000 ounces might not sound like a lot of gold from what we've gotten in the past, but with everything we got going on this season, that's gonna be a tall order.
Dominion Creek is a massive 7,500 acres, equivalent to almost 10,000 football fields. To kickstart the new project, Parker's tasked Mitch and Tyson with expanding Dean's old cut, and wants the first 4.5-acre, 40-foot deep section down to frozen pay gravels by the end of the week.
All right, let's see what this place is all about. Let's get ready to move some dirt. Man, things are changing around here so quick, but just really happy that Parker was able to put this deal together here. We got some stability now. I think it's a great new home for us.
Parker's given us a week to get this cut down to gravel. I don't know what you're thinking, Mitch, but man, this is some deep ground. It's gonna take a little bit for us to get this out of here.
Doesn't seem that bad when you're just looking at it on paper, but once you come out here and start moving this dirt, it's a long way to the bottom. It's not gonna be easy. We're in the money pit right now here because we're gonna spend a whole bunch before we ever see anything come out of this.
Here's to hoping there's a hell of a lot of gold here.
Yeah, we definitely gonna need a little bit to pay the bills now.
It's gonna be quite a week. I mean, we're gonna move into the Indian. We got a lot of pay that easy to get. And I mean, the price of gold is perfect. So if we're gonna get 6,000 ounces, we better get going.
Just 3 weeks into the season, King of the Klondike Tony Beets is making a major pivot. With no gold coming in at his Paradise Hill operation, he's made the call to put it on hold and move 40 miles to his Indian River claims.
When we left there, we had the whole season stripped, ready to go. So all we gotta do is take a little bit off and we're ready to sluice down there. So right now, that'll likely be the fastest way for us to get some gold in the box.
4 years ago, the Beets lost their license on their Indian River claims.
We don't have a water license.
No permit, no mining, that's simple.
Now, they've got permission to mine there again.
We're good to go to the Indian River.
That is awesome.
Giving the family a much-needed lifeline.
Yeah, let's go. Let's make this happening. Hurry up.
To get on the gold, Tony is moving their entire operation back to the Indian River. First step, move all the heavy equipment.
Go, 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 go. It's gotta go. Time to go.
Everything was up on the hill, so we have to move everything back, get everything set up. It's literally almost like starting from zero.
If things go accordingly to plan, we should have 3 or 4 trucks going there tomorrow. That should be it. Whoa! That I don't understand. What a huh? We didn't put a block behind it, and then we got one chain that was supposed to hold it, that thing snapped. So, start from scratch, I guess. Okay, hook it back up. Perfect, Glenn, leave it down. Down, down, down. Good, leave it right there. Okay, gentlemen, let's go, get the thing out of here.
Okay, well, have a fun trip, Dad.
Yeah, you too. Since Kevin isn't there, we lucky enough might have some other guys to pick up the slack. Okay, go, guys. Yeah, ready to roll.
From Paradise Hill, Tony's convoy must travel 40 miles south, across muddy back roads, ending with a steep 20-degree climb to the top of the Hunker summit at over 3,000 feet. Then move down Sulphur, a dangerous, narrow, winding track, till it reaches its final destination and new home Indian River.
I made a once. See, my trusty lens box. I probably had that for 20, 30 years. I had another one before that was a little smaller. As I got fatter, I needed a bigger box. There. Oh, gotta stay on the road too.
Up ahead, Tony Beat's youngest son Mike pays close attention to the road. Last year, it was along this same route that he transported his father's 25-ton wash plant.
Uh-oh. Mike, you step on that. You got troubles with that thing, Mike, or what?
I couldn't get it to come out of gear fast enough to drop a gear, so I ended up losing all my momentum.
I can back up, I can make another run at.
Just see what you can do.
I'm literally sliding to the side.
Okay, let's take a run at that thing.
Nope, because I will fall off the hill.
I've done this a while. Don't try to tell me how to do my job.
Right now we're working at the money pit. This is some deep ground here, about double from what we were working last year on the Indian River. Parker is going to be spending a lot of money before we ever get an ounce of gold out of here.
Yeah, man, well, I can't imagine the pressure he's under, you know, going from having all that money in the bank to next day having a big old debt and a long time till we start seeing any gold to help pay it off. You know, going broke has to be in the back of all of our minds.
Parker Schnabel is risking everything to build an empire in the Klondike. At just 28 years old, he's leveraged everything he has to buy the $15 million Dominion Creek claim.
It's been an outrageously expensive spring. It's an understatement. We've already spent more this year than we've ever spent in a season. And we haven't even started, really.
If Parker's spending spree puts him on the gold, Dominion could pay out big, up to 80,000 ounces, worth $160 million.
Looks like a really good block of ground, but, you know, it's a bit of a beast.
A month into the season, Parker's facing the most critical time for a miner. He's spending hundreds of thousands each week to strip down to the pay layer, but no money is coming in. At this pace, he could go broke in just 6 weeks.
And probably still like 15 feet to bedrock, it looks like. And that means there's 10 feet to thaw. At a foot a week is 10 weeks, 2.5 months from being able to sluice here. It's just super frustrating having this much ground and so much gold in it. And for the problems we're facing right now financially, it may as well just not even exist. It's like, yeah, I think the only way we can kind of get over this hump is to get a plant going. And we could sluice a bunch of tailings and see if there's any gold in it.
Parker's Dominion Creek claim includes a slew of old cuts worked by old-timers, going all the way back to the gold rush of 1896. Their mining equipment was less efficient at cleaning pay dirt, leaving lots of gold behind in the waste tailings.
Right there's fine.
Parker has found old tailings near Gold Run Creek that he thinks could bring in some quick money.
That is Gold Run, which was a super rich creek. And where it dumped into Dominion, I'm guessing was, you know, in this area right here. I think there's gonna be a bunch of golden tailings. If there is, it's great because there's no stripping, they're thawed, and we need to get some money coming in because we're gonna be broke very soon.
Parker's going to run a test yard of tailings through a mini trommel to see if there's enough gold.
So if we run a yard, we need to get 155 milligrams.
40 buckets?
40 buckets.
Is that bucket 7? There's 7. Holy cow, we're flying.
So all these tailings were mined in the 80s with an old push box.
Really? You weren't even born in the 80s, were you?
And you were only like 65.
Yeah.
Is that 39?
39.
One more?
One more after this.
Last one?
Last one. Last one.
See anything in there?
It'll probably be tiny, whatever it is.
Well, we'll get it back and go through it, huh?
Yeah. Do it properly.
We're gonna go pan her down, weigh it up, see what we've got. I bet it's 240 milligrams.
I'll go 190.
226.
For a shot of whiskey.
Shot of whiskey, 226, 240, 190.
190. I'm always a positive guy.
So 300 would be ideal, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers.
To make it worth sluicing, Parker needs the 1-yard test to deliver at least 155 milligrams of gold.
$54. That means it sucks.
Right. Oh, baggy?
Are they in here?
Yeah, there's a few in there.
It's so annoying. Overall, it's very lean. I've got to talk to the guys about it and figure out what we're gonna do.